He didn't even glance up when he said it. "We don't need lazy people like you." His voice was offhand, dismissive, as if I were nothing more than old furniture hauled out during a renovation. I stood there holding the termination letter, the ink still drying beneath his signature. Ryan Mercer, acting CEO. The same Ryan who once called me Dad's right hand, whose father I'd worked beside for 12 years, entrusted with ledgers, mergers, secrets. I smiled, not out of politeness, but with purpose. "Of course," I said softly, signing the acknowledgement. "Effective immediately," he smirked. "You can clear your desk today." I packed, composed as always. He had no idea what storm he'd opened in his immaculate office. When I first joined Mercer Holdings, Richard Mercer was a force, razor intellect, sharper instincts. He told me once, "Business isn't numbers, it's reading people." He taught me everything, how to predict motives, how to conceal my own. I rose beyond CFO to the one who could challenge him and win. When his son Ryan arrived, I was assigned to train him. Ryan had charm and entitlement in equal measure, the kind of charm that polishes rot. He assumed the family name itself would carry him. I thought he would learn restraint. I was wrong. He learned manipulation faster than integrity. The warning signs were small at first. Financial summaries altered before board meetings, missing disclosures, inflated valuations. Then whispers circulated about restructuring and fresh leadership. One day, Richard's chair was empty, a sudden, convenient heart attack. Ryan stepped into the role before the funeral flowers had even faded. 3 days later, my name was on the termination list. It wasn't only an insult. It was erasure. What he didn't know, what his father knew too well, was that I never signed anything I hadn't written or vetted. Emotion is the enemy of precision, so I buried mine. That evening, I didn't cry. I combed through clauses, amendments, and the digital trail Ryan had carelessly trod. Richard's final instruction before he died had been straightforward. Update the executive contracts and include the new retention terms. He trusted me to implement it. I did. And Ryan had signed that same standard employment agreement, the one covering my position. The contract contained a key provision. In the event of termination without board approval, the executive retains all performance shares, full access to internal financial records, and discretionary audit rights for 6 months. Ryan glossed over it. He signed as he always did. The next morning I walked back into the building, not as an employee but as a shareholder. The receptionist froze. Ryan's assistant hissed, "You can't just—" I smiled. "Clause 14B. I said. Ryan was mid-call, laughing, until he saw me. "You again," he sneered. I placed the contract on his desk. I said, sliding it across, his signature, his father's initials, my amendments. Richard approved his version. "You fired me using your own authority, not the board's, which violates executive policy and triggers an internal audit under my discretion." Color drained from his face. That's not possible." "Oh, it is," I said, pushing the audit notice forward. "And the best part? Any discrepancies uncovered during this period will be reported to the board and, if material, to the Securities Commission." Silence. He skimmed the papers. Panic crept in. He knew what the books hid. Inflated valuations, cooked reports. He'd inherited his father's company, but built it on fraud. 2 days later, the board convened. I presented the findings, calm, clinical, without venom. They barely looked at Ryan. They didn't need to. When I finished, the chairman asked one question. "Who authorized the accounting adjustments?" Ryan stammered. I was told to." The chairman cut him off. "Your father's signature does not appear on any of these." It was over. By week's end, Ryan was suspended pending investigation, his assets frozen, and Mercer Holdings quietly reinstated me as interim CFO to steady the ship. No congratulations were offered. People avoided my eyes. Maybe they finally saw what Ryan never did. My smile was not kindness. It was calculation. A week later, Richard's widow called. Her voice trembled. "He said you'd keep the company safe," she whispered. He was right. I stared out across the city from Ryan's former office, lights winking like embers. "Don't thank me," I replied. He made his choices. After I hung up, I retrieved the termination letter Ryan had handed me and framed it, a keepsake. People imagine revenge as an explosion. It isn't. It's erosion, quiet, patient, deliberate. I didn't destroy Ryan Mercer. I let his own signature do the work for me, and that, more than anything, satisfied me.